Isn't this pleasant? Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Tonic, and this is my channel, Legend of Potato. Shake your maracas if you are happy to be here. I'm certainly happy to be here. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button as well. Just support the stream, support the channel. Show YouTube that you just like hanging out and being here on Legend of Potato. So thanks for being here. I do hope you are having a wonderful day. And I hope that this stream goes great. I hope I love this game. It's been a journey with this game. It's just a game I always try to avoid because I'm not a big strategy game fan. But recently, over the last, I don't know, 2 years, been playing this game called Demio on VR. And it's a strategy game. It's like a board game where you move pieces. You have to strategically move your pieces. And then I was thinking, man, maybe I would like Kingdom Battle. Who knows? Top secret. Yoshi, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Please come on in, have a seat, get comfy, Top Secret. How's everything going, bro? I hope you've been having a great time playing your, was that Mushroom Kingdom Fusion or something? I think that's what it's called, Mushroom Kingdom Fusion or Mushroom Fusion. I hadn't had a chance to watch all of your videos yet, but I have watched a few of them. I've been enjoying your playthrough of that. It's a pretty neat little game that you've been playing. Very well thought out. Looks like it's just they've crammed a ton of content into it. So I do hope that it's been a great time for you. I'm trying out a new thing today where the chat should be popping up above my head, like at the top. And your message will pop up and go away. It should be quick, like 2 or 3 seconds, I believe. I set it for 3 seconds. So we shall see. We shall see if that's going to be working tonight. Mushroom Kingdom Fusion. All right. Let's see if that chat's going to pop up. Udo is here. What's up, Udo? Good to see you. How are you today? Let's see. Oh man, this thing's going to act stupid on me. I gotta do something different to make this thing work. Looks like. So give me a second here. Let's see. What do? I just need to go to that link that I put in Discord. Udo, that'd be great. I'll get you in game chat. Give me like 10 minutes to get everything running right, make sure everything's smooth, and then I can get you added in. Have you added me on the Switch as well? Have we been added to each other's friends list? Where am I going? What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm going to Discord. That's where I'm going. I got to click the linky dinky here. Go to my stream. Because I got to get the link for that, for this chat thing I've got. It's a social stream ninja is what I'm using. I've been using this for a while as a web browser extension, but I decided to try their standalone app on Windows. And so I'm kind of new to this thing. So we'll see. If it's going to let me do this. YouTube ID. Here's the video ID. Paste it. Okay. I don't know if it's working yet. There it is. That's what I wanted you to do. No, what? Yeesh. This thing's... I've tested this yesterday and it worked fine. And of course, it's time to stream. So of course it's not going to work properly. It's going to give me a hard time. Yeah, let me get you my... here you go, Udo. I'll put it on the screen for you. You can add me on the Switch too here. There it is right there. Friend code. Just enter, add me as a friend. I'll accept that request. Barefoot Gremlin is here. It is frustrating, Top Secret. I know you've had your share of that, especially with your Mushroom Kingdom Fusion setup. I know you about to ready to pull your hair out with that situation, but I'm glad you finally got it all worked out. It was pretty cool to see some people helping you out in the chat too, in your comments. I thought that was cool that some people with some knowledge were able to help you out. Yudo, just add me because I've got to figure this other thing out real quick. Let's see here. All right, activating source. Why is this doing this to me? It did not make me do this yesterday. It wants me to sign in and all this other mess. I'm like, what are we signing in? Why are we signing in? This did not make me sign in yesterday. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry, Yudo. I forgot I'm on the chat screen, bro. That is my bad. Hold on. I'll switch it over. We can see it. There it is. There it is, Yudo. Now that works. Okay, so this source should be... It should be working. Yesterday, when I activated it, it let me... Let me just restart this software. It might be what it is. Because it is definitely not cooperating with me at the moment. So how's everybody doing? I know we're all excited for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. There it goes. There. Now it's working. Now it's working. Now it's working. Ah, there. It's up there. I just had to restart the software. The old famous restart the software. Oh, I got a friend request from Yudo. Woo, woo. All right, now we're operational. Now you should see your chats right above me. Whichever screen we're on, it should show it up here at the top of the screen whenever you chat. All right, Yudo, let me add you in here, bro. Oh, I like the moon. I like that. 35 hours of Mario Kart World. You've been all over it, dude. I don't know if I've got that many hours into it yet. I've almost got that many hours into Donkey Kong. I think I'm at 25 or 26 on Donkey Kong Bonanza. So let's see. I've got 25 hours in Mario Kart World. So you're ahead of me, Yudo. All right, so everything's working good, guys. So y'all chat away and let me know. Make sure it's all working right. So tonight we're going to be playing some not Mushroom Kingdom. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I've never played this before, and I am looking forward to it. I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to be playing the main story mode. All right, Yudo, let me get you in. I know that you are up late, so Yudo is going to join me on the game chat here. Barefoot, would you like to join in, or Top Secret? Anybody want to join in on the game chat with us? Going once, go twice, sold. All right, it's going to be Yudo. Here we go, Yudo. The debut of Yudo's voice on the stream. Here we go. I'm also going to move my thing to full screen so that we can see the game. Yudo, what's up, dude? Yeah, Top Secret, you like this game? I just didn't give it a chance, I guess. I should have. Now that you're at work, Barefoot, okay. Yudo is in the chat.
Is my voice okay?
Yeah, sounds good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Dude, I've been hanging in there, staying busy, as you know. Getting after it. So how's that Switch 2 treating you?
The video on the Donkey Kong Bonanza game. It looks really fun, dude.
Oh, dude, Donkey Kong Bonanza is just amazing. That's all I can tell you. It's one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I don't say that lightly because I actually am considering putting it as my top game of all time. Really, it's that fun. It's that fun.
Yeah.
I will also be.
I have so many. You start. You go.
No, you go ahead, Yudo. You're good. Go ahead, bro.
The reason I have like a lot of hours in Mario Kart World, I mean, yeah, the game is very replayable and very fun, and
Yeah.
also like it's kind of my only game right now because I just got the console brand new, so
That's
I'm
right.
just saving up to get other stuff as well.
That's right. It makes. So that's like
Yeah, but
the
it's really
main
fun,
game you
though.
can focus on.
Yeah, like I play with my cousins and stuff. I play with my mom. Like I'm teaching her how to use stuff. She doesn't really know how to play the game much. Uh, like when I tell her, like I told her to drift, she was trying to drift, but instead she like charge jump, and it was like it's really fun. It's very fun to play with friends, and I have a friend who has Joy Cons. I'm gonna try to borrow a pair from him so I can play with like 4 people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I like that you can use the Joy Cons from the Switch one as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hear him
So
now.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry about when I switch it over to the chat, the game sound goes down, so they couldn't hear you at first. They thought I was talking to nobody. They thought I was talking to
yeah,
myself, which is not
yeah.
unusual, but you know.
So like, what is it like Mario plus Rabbids game? Because it's like a JRPG, right?
I think so. I think it's. I've, I've never really watched anybody play this before. That's why I am really blind to this game. I don't have any clue what's going on. And barefoot, yes, that
Yeah.
is still a thing, my friend. That's still going to happen tonight, my brother. So
Because
yeah, we're
I've heard of Rabbids before. They used to play it on my local version of Nicktoons, but I don't think it originates as a TV show, right? It originates as a game.
yeah, it's always been a game. Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, it might be a show at some point, I guess. But I've
Yeah,
only ever knew it. I played the game on the Wii. It was when I first. I think that was their first game was on the Wii. The Rabbids, Rab, the something like that. I forget what they were
yeah.
calling it, but it was a pretty fun little party game.
I'm really impressed with Nintendo servers though, because I'm calling you all the way here from Egypt,
Yeah, dude.
and the servers are very decent. But
Yeah,
speaking of
it's
servers, I kind of like this is kind of annoying thing, but like Nintendo makes it kind of easy to use. So there's no eShop in Egypt, right? So to use the eShop, I have to do workarounds, which is pretty much I use the Japanese eShop because the yen is very similar to the Egyptian pound, but it's kind of annoying because there's no English language option, and I have to buy gift cards. So it's like Nintendo's like, nah. Like when I sign in, they're like, sorry, there's no eShop in your region. Better luck next time. And then I just changed my region to Japan, and they're like, oh, right this way, sir. I just find it really funny.
yeah, that is pretty wild.
Yeah.
They want to make it complicated.
But yeah, Mario Kart World is a really solid game. Like from the soundtrack, from the map design, you can tell the developers are really passionate. And it's just sad that like a lot of its discussion was just about its price tag and such. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
like it's a
that's
really interesting game.
so far the haters have done a good job of
Yeah,
attacking
yeah, yeah.
Nintendo.
Like I
Um,
get the frustration, $80, but like we're in a new era, prices have increased, and also like when you take into account a lot of stuff, I see in my opinion at least that the price tag is justified. But I think the way Nintendo presented it though was kind of dismissing. Like Doug Bowser, the CEO, said something about like value-based pricing, but I don't, because like that doesn't really make sense. I don't think it's just value-based pricing. You can tell this game is high budget.
well, it's just an old strategy they used to use in the '90s. It's the same thing they had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, they call it a value strategy now. It's just depending on the title and how well they thought it would sell. So they
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
went back to that with this $80 game. I think it's a test
yeah.
run to see what would happen.
I think it's
Plus,
not just a test run because I watched a guy. He's called Nintendo Forecast. He said a discussion about how like maybe Nintendo's doing this because you know how Tears of the Kingdom was like $70 and it was kind of like a shell shock back in the Switch generation.
correct.
He said that he believes that another reason Nintendo priced at $80 is so that if a game has a budget which like encourages an $80 price tag, people won't be caught off guard by the price tag. So like I maybe think that like they're trying to condition people so they don't do this thing where like the standard is like $70, but then all of a sudden they go 80. So maybe they're like getting people to swallow the pill early. But I don't think like Nintendo's doing it like for the sake of greed, like the way people are making it out to be. Like, yeah, no, Nintendo isn't a perfect company. It does some not really great things, but a lot of companies do that. It's just I
Well,
don't like how people try to humanize Nintendo, you know, like it's a human entity. It's not. It's a company, you know. Like you can like the brand, you can like the games, but the company itself, I don't really associate it with good or bad, you know. I just associate their games. I like their games. I like their brand identity. You get what I mean?
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Nintendo is the most visible gaming company in the world. They're the
Yeah.
creators. If it wasn't for Nintendo, we would have none of this. We wouldn't have what we're doing now. Nintendo
Yeah,
started it all.
Nintendo's and it's
They
just
got
amazing to
everything
see a
going.
company.
They turned
Yeah,
gaming into the phenomenon it is now. It's now the number one
yeah,
entertainment in the world. It's bigger than movies and television combined. So
yeah,
gaming is part of the culture around the world. And
yeah.
Nintendo is the top dog. They are the ones who create it and now have fought through all the competition and ended up being the number one place people want to be playing their games. And
Yeah,
the Switch 2, the
exactly.
Switch 1 showed that they combined their handheld and their console gamers, and it turned into 150 some odd million sales, which is still continuing. It's probably going to reach almost, it's probably going to get right at close to the PlayStation 2 number. Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, Nintendo knows what they got. Nintendo knows they have kept the same development team pretty much intact since they started. So
Yeah.
they don't fire people. They keep people around because that's why they continue to be able to put out
Yeah,
quality.
they understand the value of their team, and I gotta respect Nintendo for doing that, you know. Heard like the story where I think it was Iwata, he cut his paycheck when Nintendo was like at a bad moment financially to help keep everybody well paid. And that's like it's not just an act of kindness because he knows the value in Nintendo is the developers. They're the ones who create these creative games, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, you see a lot of companies, even though they make similar games, a lot of the core developers that started everything no longer are there. You get what I mean? Almost everybody's
Like
been replaced by Nintendo. Still the core people, and even if there are new people, they're still with the same philosophy: fun above everything, fun above story, graphical fidelity, and I think that's what matters most about games.
yeah, if the game is fun, people aren't going to care what it looks like.
And
It could
yeah,
be 8-bit game, and people, as long as they're having fun, they're going to play it. They'll still play, and that's why retro games have not died out. That's why
yeah,
they can
yeah,
put
yeah,
classics collections on Nintendo Switch Online because people still want to play those games because they're fun. It's about the fun. It
and,
ain't about graphics.
and I
And
also yeah.
the biggest thing Nintendo does is they've shown consistent quality over their lifespan. Like, say, for instance, like Microsoft just learned that they're not Nintendo
Yeah,
because they tried to throw the Outer Wilds 2. I believe it was Outer Wilds or Outer Worlds 2. I forget which one. Outer Worlds 2, I think.
yeah,
They tried to price it at $80. And
yeah.
people were like, "Nah, we are not having it." And they saw that in the numbers. Microsoft learned that they're not Nintendo.
Mhm.
Nintendo can get away with an increase to $80. Yes, people are going to complain. People are going to be vocal about not liking it. They're still going
Yeah,
to buy it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
because despite the increase, and you don't like that it's been increased, it's still a good
Mhm.
product. You know you're going to have a good time. And
Yeah, yeah,
that's why people are willing to pay. Microsoft game, nobody. The $70 is about what you're going to get because nobody's as confident, and that's why that these companies discount their. That's why Microsoft and Sony discount their games because
yeah.
a lot of times they can't sell it without discounting it. Nintendo can sell it. Nintendo will wait you out because it's a
Yeah,
quality
but
product,
that's not just it though, because I've done research on
and
this. People are like, Nintendo don't put their games on sale
but
because
they
it makes them
do.
more money. But actually, it's not. It doesn't though. When Nintendo doesn't put their games on sale, it actually makes them lose money because that's after its hype phase. You know, after the marketing has ended, after all of that. So the game's sales are going to slow down. Usually, when a game goes on sale, that's because sales have slowed down, and the developers and the publishers want to make more money. But when Nintendo keep the prices stable, they're genuinely losing out on some extra money. You get what I mean? I think
Yeah,
it's actually just out of simply for
they
like maybe Nintendo is
well
a bad company, but one thing I'm sure of, as a paying customer, I am valued. You know?
Yeah, when people don't think about a lot of people that complain about Nintendo's pricing don't even own a Switch, right? They're that's out there complaining
Yeah,
because they
yeah,
hate Nintendo. They don't buy the Switch because
yeah,
they don't want who the
yeah,
haters don't want
yeah.
a Nintendo because they hate Nintendo. So they're just going to keep talking smack, and they don't understand that Nintendo does have sales. They
Yeah,
do
there's this thing
have
called
sales.
called
So
the business funnel. You continue.
all right, well I'm in the game finally. The cutscenes are along in this game. You know.
Yo, can you screen share so I can watch?
Sure, bro. Sure. Let me see. I've never tried that before, so it should be easy though. There you
All
go,
right.
bud. You can see. I collect coins. Watch out, y'all. The top secret. You're not salty about Switch Two. You just got some other stuff going on. You're not ready for Switch Two yet, and that's perfectly fine. You know what I've noticed today? I went on Walmart's website because I was actually thinking about buying my wife a Switch Two, and dude, it's online. I could order it right, and it would have been here by Friday. They got them available,
Yeah,
which is fantastic. That's where
yeah,
Nintendo is still going to make. They're going to make the Switch Two is selling, and they're producing enough consoles to keep people, the ones who really want it now, will be able to get one, and the people who want to wait don't have to worry about it not being there later. So
yeah,
top secret, say people like you, top secret, you're going to be good to go whenever you decide to get one. Yeah, during the holiday season, it might be a little harder again because, of course, everybody's buying gifts for holidays, and it's just certain times. But in between now and then, you wanted to get one, you could. Or if you wanted to wait till after the holidays, they're going to be available. Nintendo has done an amazing job of stocking the console, and this is what all console manufacturers, Sony and Microsoft, need to be paying attention to.
mm,
They need to do it this way. They don't need to be releasing these consoles in such a low amount anymore. And Nintendo learned that same lesson back with the Switch, and I remember the Wii. Oh my gosh, the Wii was. I worked at Toys R Us as a manager, and there would be times people would be waiting outside. They would know when our trucks would be, and they'd be waiting outside trying to get in, and they'd be like, there'd be four people. I had to go out there and say, "Hey, I've only got three." There was only
yeah,
three on the truck at a time, and we get like one truck a week. Then that's how scarce they were. So
yeah,
it sucked to have to go out there and say, "Hey, fourth person, I'm sorry, but there's only three to get a Wii." So Nintendo went through the same thing. Nintendo learned a lot. They took a lot of lumps and bruises during these things too. But this time they think they've with the scalper situation, they had to do something. And
yeah. They had to, but I think
this
they
is the
learned partially
solution.
from like I think they learned partially from the PlayStation 5 because when the PlayStation 5 came out, it was like pretty much in the US, it was pretty much impossible to find
Oh yes.
like at
Hey,
launch.
Kunmong, welcome to the stream. Good to see you, bro. Yes, this is the very first Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This isn't the first game. There's a second one called Sparks of Hope, I think, and it's part two. It's not as popular as this one, but this one's supposed to be the best one. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just now getting into it. I've collected coins, and now I see that we have a Luigi Rabbit and a Princess Rabbit, which is awesome. So it's good to see you, Kumbang. Hope you've had a wonderful day, sir. And yes, my darling, I did mention you. I was thinking about getting you a Switch too. I was just curious to see what the availabilities were. Not that I was going to buy it. I wasn't going to buy it today. It's just me thinking about it. And I was like, let me see if they're available. Walmart, I could have ordered one right then. It would have been here Friday. You got some audio glitches on Switch 1 games. Rabbids demo is definitely one of them. Oh, okay. Well, so far this game seems to be playing pretty well. It looks nice too. But I don't know how the original looked as I never played the original. But yeah,
For
you
some
know,
reason,
I mean, you can't see what.
I can't see your screen share, so I'm watching your game on my phone because it says something weird. It says this content is restricted due to your country/region settings. Now, I don't know what those settings are.
Wow. It must be because your Egypt has got some restrictions on it or something.
Oh yeah. Egypt for some reason has like this thing called a VoIP ban, where like voice chat or stuff or certain aspects in games are banned. But like, come on, Egypt, it's Nintendo. It's not some kind of spyware or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just got your back. They're watching over you a little too close here. It's
Yeah,
innocence. It's just kingdom battles, Egypt. Let the guy watch. It's all good. So yes,
yeah.
darling, I was thinking I'm definitely probably will end up doing that though, buying my wife a Switch 2 because there's a new game that's came out. Tales of the Shire, Tales from the Shire. It's a cozy game. My wife's a huge Lord of the Rings fan. And I think she would love the game, and I'd love to get her a
Oh
Switch
wait,
2
but have
so
you
she can.
seen what do you call it? The Dragon Drive game?
Yes, we'll talk. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a good thing to talk about. Dragon Drive, the 7 minute, it's a little over 7 minutes trailer that they put out, going over all the aspects of the game. Now I'm in. I'm paying $20 for that game. It looks cool.
Yeah, because this might be a hot take, but I really like when Nintendo does gimmicky games like Dragon
Oh,
Drive
absolutely.
because it shows, yeah, it looks like a really cool, interesting concept. I hope they add local co-op support because I think it would be doable, but you need 4 Joy-Cons.
Oh, what does Zapdo do with a laser beam? Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, so now we got a 50% chance of hitting this guy. I guess he's got a yo-yo gun. I don't know. All right, now I'm attacking with Princess Rabbid. Oh, we got the win. We got the win. I'm a champion. I'm the best player ever at this game, so bow to me, everyone. I'm the champion. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably gonna be terrible at this, but that wasn't bad. That's a fun battle. That was cool. So far, I'm pleasantly surprised with this game. So Dragon Drive, Drag X Drive looks fun. I'm definitely looking forward to figuring out all the tricks and stuff to do, the dunks and stuff. Coon Mong, you should definitely give
Yeah,
this one a chance. This was not much of a sports game. This is more like Rocket League type of thing. It's pretty fun.
yeah, it's
And
like Rocket League, but yeah.
yeah, I like that the matches are only 3 minutes long, all that stuff. We'll need to flank them. Move around with the left stick to position yourself for a shot with a 100% chance of hitting. All right, so what do we do here? Now this is where I have to get myself in a good position to hit them. All right, now I have a 100% chance of hitting because I got beside the wall there. We are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. All right, so now I'm seeing, well, this is where the strategy part comes in. We have to move our characters around to get in a better position to destroy them. All right, so those I have to stay within the blue line here. So I need to also protect myself at the same time. I kind of left Luigi Rabbid in a bad spot over there. I just shot a warning shot over there towards him. Copyright claim coming. Yeah, I hope not. Hope my voice didn't sound just like Freddie. If my voice sounds like Freddie Mercury, I'm in the wrong business. That's for sure. All right, I'm gonna go over here, and now I can fire upon them and kill them. Oh, no, it's still alive. I gotta get into. I gotta get another shot on them. At least you can move move around in a decent amount of space. I'm definitely liking this now. This is definitely similar to Demio, the game I play on VR. You have to position yourself to fight the enemy. And you can hide behind things to protect yourself. So I'm definitely going to get into this game. I can already tell. So it's going to be a great time. So, what do you think is the best aspect of the Drag X Drive?
The Dragon Drive, it looks like a really interesting game. And like for example, on the DS, Phantom Hourglass, I really enjoyed that game just because of the gimmicks, the drawing, the stylus aspect. It's like a different way to interact with games, not the typical way, and I find that refreshing.
Yeah, I think it is a new twist. It's a good twist on a sports game, and I love that they have it in the wheelchair basketball style. I think that's really fun. Although they don't call them wheelchairs, they call them vehicles in the game. You just finished the
It's a
Assassination
creative
Academy
way.
anime.
Yeah, it's a creative way to utilize the dual mouse features of the Switch 2, so you can use both of them. And I hope they utilize the Switch 2's dual mouse features and other stuff because it could be really cool. Like for example, the built-in gyro. If they like, if Nintendo makes like, for example, the new Splatoon game, they can add a peeking mechanic where if you twist your Joy-Con while it's in mouse mode, your character's head will peek out because it has gyro capabilities. Like it's not just a normal mouse; you can twist it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I hope the only thing I worry about with the mouse is just it's just going to get tiring. It's not. I don't think it's a game you can play for a long time. It's just going to get. It's going to wear you out a little bit. I think. At least me. I'm 45 years
Yeah,
old. It's probably going to wear me out. Ethan,
yeah, yeah.
B, my brother. What's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I got a Rumblebee. I don't know what that is. It says only if there was some place we could check it out. Ooh, what's this? Oh, just unlock some tubes. Well, you gotta go check out the tubes. How's Ethan B doing? What's going on with Ethan B these days? All right, let's see here. All right, I went into this tube. It gave me to this area. Now I have another switch to hit, which is going to get me access to some coins. Coins. Yeah, I'm assuming coins will be for buying items and whatnot. You know, this game is a lot different than I expected, and I'm pretty happy with this game so far. I like it. Lee, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, Lee. By the way, I have our good friend Yudo in the game chat with me, so if you hear another voice, that is our friend Yudo.
Hello.
You're at the beach still, Ethan
Yeah,
B? Nice. I appreciate you spending some of your beach time with me tonight, bro. I really appreciate that. You know how to make a guy feel special, you know? Well, this is a cool tube. So this is my first time playing Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's really cool. I'm definitely digging this. I've been playing some games. I don't know if you guys like side-scrolling games like Limbo or Inside, but I've played a new one just this past weekend called Planet of Lana. And man, I tell
Is
you
that the
what,
one you played in your video?
yes, it's in my video this week. That's right. That is an amazing
It's really
game.
interesting.
It's super cool, dude. It's like I beat it. It's like a 5-hour game. I beat it this weekend. I bought it this weekend. I beat it this weekend. It was just too good to put down. I've just been killing it with games lately. Donkey Kong Bonanza and Planet Alana. Now I'm playing one called Planet Alpha, which is similar to Planet of Lana, but not quite as good. Not quite as good, but I'm still enjoying it. It doesn't have my full attention like Planet of Lana. And Planet of Lana has a sequel coming out next year, so I'll be picking that up. I just like finding those hidden gems. That game was on sale for $8. And I'm like, that game looks just like something I would love to play. Lee, you don't think you would like this game? Well, you know, that's the same way I felt too. Because the strategy games, as soon as I heard strategy, I'm like, I don't know about that. But so far, I kind of like it. So we'll see. I love the game looks beautiful. This is a cool looking game. Like, full props to them. This game looks awesome. As far as appearance wise, I mean. And I like that we're running around in a open world, basically. I mean, we can kind of go wherever we want here. I like that. I did not expect that. So it's definitely past my expectations so far. So I'm pretty happy.
Also,
All right,
this is a bit out of context, but regarding Nintendo, I find it really interesting how a company that's been in the gaming industry for almost half a decade, they're still pushing boundaries and they're still, the trendsetters. You get what I mean? Like
Oh,
when Super
absolutely.
Mario Bros. Came out, every game wanted to be a 2D platformer. Super Mario 64 came out, every game wanted to be a 3D platformer. And for example, in the modern era, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, they set off the open world craze. Every game wanted to be an open world. Like every game's like, oh my god, this game's an open world. Like it just became a major marketing thing because they're like people still a lot of these industries, a lot of these gaming companies, they're still heavily inspired by Nintendo despite like almost half a decade in the industry, and I find that really interesting.
Oh yeah, Nintendo has led the way on all the breakthroughs. Touch screens on your
Yeah.
devices. They did the motion controls. I mean, the PlayStation came out with their own little wands and everything like the Wii did after Nintendo had so much success. So Nintendo's the one
Yeah.
leads the way. And then when they did their PlayStation Vita console, it had touch screen, it had touch back like touch panels on the back of it, all kinds of stuff. Then PlayStation did a great job with that Vita as a console. It
Hmm.
was really neat, but they just aren't good at managing and marketing a handheld console. Sony's terrible at that. They do not know what they're doing. It's just a shame because they had a cool device. What
I
did that
just
guy
find it
just say?
interesting how PlayStation, PlayStation's owned by Sony, a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Xbox is owned by Microsoft. Its money is practically boundless. But you see Nintendo taking all this, making experimental games. Some of them do flop because of how experimental they are. Even though, like Nintendo's basically their main revenue comes from video games. Like Xbox, like no offense, but if it wasn't for Microsoft, that company likely would be bankrupt by now.
Yeah, Nintendo's not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to make something that somebody doesn't like. They
Yeah,
they learn from each thing they do.
yeah.
But Lee, you pointed out that there were 3D games before N64 came out. That's true.
No, I'm
However,
not saying. I never said
um, no, no,
that
no.
Mario 64.
But what you said
Yeah,
was right. They showed you how to do it right.
yeah,
The joystick that on the 64 was a breakthrough. PlayStation didn't
yeah.
had only had a D pad on PlayStation One, and then
I'm
PlayStation when
aware that
64
there
came
were.
out, PlayStation
Yeah,
Two came out with they came out with the analog joysticks later on with the PlayStation One, and the PlayStation Two of course came with it from the start. But Nintendo's the reason that the analog joysticks is a thing in the first place, and
yeah.
Mario 64 was such a breakthrough 3D game that it's just showed a lot of 3D gaming was not considered valuable. People just thought of it as kind of like a niche, kind of like a VR system or something, right? Back then, they're just like, oh, it's not going to really be, you know.
I saw
But
videos on Super Mario 64, and like for its time, the depth and the movement, the different tricks you can
yeah,
do, it's really is creative. And it was their like one of their first 3D games. And to get it almost perfect on your first try is really impressive because like going from a two-dimensional plane to a three-dimensional plane, that makes a ton of issues. Add to that the Nintendo 64's technical limitations. Oh, you add too much grass, now the game runs at 2 FPS. Yeah, it was really like hard. Like even in interviews, Shigeru Miyamoto, the main director for Super Mario 64, he did say that there were a lot of issues making the game, and mainly they were technical. So they were literally limited, but in their creative vision by technical limitations at the time.
exactly. So that and Nintendo turned it into what it is. Like they led the way and showed them, like, hey, this is something you can make a great game with. And yes, exactly. That's why I like playing the original Tomb Raider. Sucks because it's got the tank controls, and you're like, nah, nah, nah. Yeah, I hate it. I hate the first Tomb Raider game. I could not stand it. But I've got to learn this combo thing. I'm not sure exactly what I just did there. Mario threw him up in the air, and now I'm doing something. I didn't read the instructions very well, to be honest. Oh, no, what are you doing? I picked the wrong thing. Even though it did horribly, Nintendo had a VR system for anyone else did. Oh, yeah, Virtual Boy was quite a terrible device, unfortunately. The red screen was just, it's so hard. My stepbrother had one, and I played it a lot. And the games were fun on it. Nintendo's not going to miss on the actual gameplay and stuff. They're usually going to hit that. Like the Mario Tennis game that was on there. It was great. It was super fun. But when you got to playing it for 30, 40 minutes, everything looked red like it was on Mars or something, like the red planet. All right, Ethan B, we'll see in a minute, bro.
The Virtual Boy was way too ahead of its time, and not in a good way. Like, it was way, way too ahead of its time. They were trying to get into like, virtual reality was already a thing, but it was like the first type of system, I believe, that used virtual reality as a form of like video game console, like a way to play video games. But there were a lot of obviously technological limitations, and it didn't really add to immersion. You know, there wasn't really any 3D. I'm pretty sure like maybe some 3D effects, and yeah, the red colors, so on. Yeah, that caused issues.
Oh, yeah, it was, whew. That's all you can say about it. It was rough. But they learned from it. And I think Nintendo will go back into the VR space in the next 5 to 10 years. I think we'll see Nintendo release.
Speaking of VR, I'm pretty sure like the Switch 2 is capable of VR. Like if they were to just get a headset and, for example, get a Joy-Con that you put inside of the headset for motion controls, in terms of hardware at least, I think it's very VR capable.
No, it's capable, but I think Nintendo will not do the Sony thing. I think they're going to create their own console by itself. It's going to be its own thing. Because
that would be cool.
Like look at the PlayStation, the VR 2. It's not doing that good. They don't put enough games out for it. It's just not supported.
Yeah, they didn't. I didn't put enough games to the point that like they just said, you know what, we're just gonna add PC support. Just play PC games on it.
Yeah. Let's see. Even though Nintendo was the first to make a system with interchangeable handheld, they were first to improve on it. Well, Nintendo just showed them how to do it right. That's what Nintendo does. And that's why you get credit for innovation, because they innovated the product. Like, the person who created the wheels not really remembered, but the person who created the car is. You know, like Henry Ford is the person who invented cars. Who invented the wheel? Anybody know? Yeah, exactly. So the innovator is the person who makes it functional for everybody else. Like the first people are like, a wheel, so what? What are you going to do with that? Then somebody said, well, look at this. I'll put it on a bicycle. I'm going to put it on this thing I call a bicycle, and a chain and pedals, and you sit on it and drive. That's handy. People remember that. So I'm sure somebody out there knows who invented the wheel, and I don't even know who invented the bicycle. But the fact is, the technology is improved. It's innovated into something useful. That's where the innovation credit should go to. Which is Nintendo has done. Barefoot says they used red was simply at the time of the technology of 3D rendering. Yeah, red was, even though they had the decision they did to go with red was still bad. They should have said screw it and went blue. Blue wouldn't have been much better though, guys. You know, instead of you thinking everything was on Mars, then you would think everybody's a Smurf. You know, it's the same difference. All right, here we go. I got a battle. I got to get better at this. Time to pull together everything you've learned so far. Attack, movement, team, jump, dash. Don't forget about cover. I didn't learn the dash. I did not learn that. First country to create cars was Germany. All right, let's look that up. Let's just find out. Yep, Germany is Benz. Carl Benz. Benz, Mercedes Benz. Anyone? No, it's built in 1885, and they patented it in 1886. However,
I don't think Ford invented the car, but he invented something like important to cars, like that is influential in the way cars are designed modernly. But I'm not sure because I'm not really a car type of guy.
so
But
Henry
yeah,
Ford, he did not invent the car, but he revolutionized how cars were made. He invented mass production with assembly lines. He made cars that were affordable to people, and he changed them from luxury items into everyday tools. So there you go. That's what I was saying before. The person getting the credit is the one who makes it accessible and easy for people to get and to use. So that's why you think Henry Ford is your guy. So in the United States, Henry Ford was the first person to do a car here, yes. But he took something that Mercedes, well, of course, don't get me wrong, Mercedes Benz is a very good company. You know, it's very successful. So I think I understand more. Let me try this. Let's see. I'm going to shoot at him. This time, I think I can hit Mario. Then he can throw me behind them, I guess. It's kind of like we're giving ourselves an advantage with this. But the dash, I still don't know what that is yet. And it looks like there's a different gun I can change to. Oh, hold on. What am I doing here? Oh, yeah. But I got to do a better job of, putting myself behind cover and everything. So that's one thing to think about. That we're using the blue at the time. We're doing it for technology like buildings and stuff. Well, Lee, I know that Americans don't make everything, of course. I mean, I'm not a clueless American myself. However, American has innovated a lot of things. That's where people are confused. It's like we didn't invent it, but we made it better. We didn't invent it, but we made it better. That's huge. All right, my guy got knocked out. It doesn't matter though. I mean, I'm not in a contest with another country because I don't really care that much. But I'm going to hide the princess here. Shoot at that thing. Missed. Try to position Mario in a. All targets are out of sight. Okay. Well, I can promise you, Lee. I know Americans haven't created everything, and America isn't the end all be all of things in the world. We have our place in the world as a country, and I think a lot of people do need to think about that. How there's a lot of countries that could show us better ways to do things. There's more innovators out in the world, except I'm not. That is not what I was trying to say at all. It's just this particular example. It's what we were talking about. Nintendo. Yeah, they didn't create the first video game, and they didn't create the first 3D game. They didn't create the first motion controlled thing.
well, it wasn't the
But
first video game, but it wasn't commercially available. It was called like Tennis for Two.
it was like Pong is generally credited for being the first video game. Pong.
Pong is the first commercially available one, but like Tennis for Two, I think was the first game, but it was not commercially available.
Okay, I think I just figured out the dash attack. So I'll make sure my path runs across their path and it hits them. The World Wide Web was made, even though the World Wide Web was made in England, the internet was made in America. England just improved the internet. Huh? You confused me on that one. Lee, you might want to reword that one. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there. Because we all know Al Gore created the internet. Come on, guys. By the way, that's a joke. That's just a running joke. Because Al Gore just happened to be the vice president at the time the internet was coming around into a big thing. Oh, they just hit Mario. That wasn't nice. My Luigi Rabbit, he's in. Oh, now they didn't knock Mario down. Landon, what's going on, bud? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, dude. Welcome to some Rabbids. We're playing some Mario plus Rabbids. Go hit this guy. All right. Hopefully, you guys will kill him. It did not. My only character that I got left that can kill anything at the moment is Princess Rabbid here. Just got ran over. Bonfire. I like it. I like it. I'm Bonfire Entertainment. It's kind of cool. Welcome to Bonfire. James Bonfire. All right. Do I need to pick Mario up? I can't pick Mario up. All right. Let's go hit this guy again. Oh, no. I got it. All right. Yeah, I need to. I guess I can't recover them. How long does it take them to recover? They out for good? What? Does that mean that they're dead, like with the little thing over their head?
You can recruit them?
I can do what?
You can recruit them? Like hire them to join your team?
Oh, no, I mean like with Mario, say the Mario and the Luigi Rabbid were knocked out. That they had that little thing over. That mean they were technically dead. I mean the game's not killing them, but they were technically out of the match.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that. So I thought they were just gonna like in RPG games where a character gets stunned or poisoned or blinded, that kind of thing. I thought it was a temporary state. So the TV show Raven Rabbids, I never seen that, which I know is based off the game. Raven Rabbids was on the Wii. That's when I first played it. It was a really fun, like I said, really fun party game.
I know there was a Rabbids TV show, but I don't think it was Raven Rabbids. I watched it on Nicktoons. It was like a Rabbids TV show. I didn't understand anything that was going on though.
Yeah. I never did get into Ape Escape as a game. So if they would have made a TV show, I wouldn't have watched it, I'm sure, Lee. But Ape Escape, I don't know why. I didn't really do much PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2. I had a PlayStation 3. I had a PlayStation 4. I had a PlayStation. I've had all the PlayStations, just say that. But I just never really stuck to a PlayStation that long. I was always back to Nintendo. I always had Nintendo. GameCube, 64, Super Nintendo, Wii, Nintendo DS, Game Boy. I mean, I had all the... Nintendo's always appealed to me. Since I was a kid. It's Nintendo just... There's something about Nintendo that I'm attracted to. Probably because it's fun. And I think that it's more fun. It's not as serious. Like... PlayStation 2, 3, 4, 5, everybody gets all like, the graphics are da. It's like, okay, and there's some pretty cool games on those systems and everything. It's just like, but I like pure joy, pure fun. That's why I like Nintendo. I think they're just more joyous. Rabbids Invasion. Oh, it's okay. It must have been after the game because I know I'd never seen a Rabbid until the game came out.
By the way, the Legend of Zelda movie, is it like live action or animated?
It's going to be live action, unfortunately.
No, I'm not. I don't have an issue with it being live action. Live action adaptations aren't necessarily bad.
I do, sir. I have a big problem with it. I have a big problem with it, but I have high hopes, and I think Nintendo's making much better decisions when it comes to their entertainment. I think they did a great job with the Super Mario Brothers movie. So Rabbids, Raving Rabbids came out in 2006 on the Wii. Rabbids Invasion came out in 2013 on Nickelodeon. So it was 7 full years before a Rabbids TV show popped up. Yeah, Crash and Spyro. No, PlayStation has a lot of good content. There's no doubt. I mean, I played a lot of great PlayStation games. I'm not a console war guy anymore. I used to be like that when in the '90s when Super Nintendo and Sega was always battling. But I was definitely on Super Nintendo side. But I did like Sonic. I secretly thought Sonic was cool. You know, it's just when you're young, you get into these little. It's all about who's right, who's wrong, and of course, none of us were. We were just, but it was something for kids to argue about.
I'm not a console war guy either, but I do believe that competition is good for the industry.
Oh, 100%. Now that there's competition is always a good thing. Never not a good thing. I'm fine with there being 3 consoles to pick from because that means there's going to be more games. I'm fine with people buying up PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's and having success because that means there's going to continue to be games. Like Steam Deck, I'm glad Steam Deck's having success. I just a thing that people have started since Switch 2 came out. To buy a Steam Deck, I mean, that is the silliest thing I've ever encountered. It's like, that's just coming from a place of ignorance because, one, it's either you're a troll because you're just trying to troll people who have a Switch 2 for some reason because you think they're going to feel bad because they don't have a Steam Deck for some reason. I don't. They're willing to spend $500 on a Switch 2. They easily could have spent $500 on a Steam Deck. So it's just people want Nintendo. Steam Deck's a great device. I got a good friend named Barefoot Greenland that loves it. He thinks it's amazing. And I think other people here have one that I believe. Lee, I think you might have mentioned you have a Steam Deck, maybe. Or Kunma. I can't remember which one of you guys was talking about it. I know Barefoot for sure. But it's just, Steam Deck's great because guess what? I like Steam myself. I'm a big fan of Steam. I've been buying games from Steam for a long time. So a lot of the stuff talk right now, like people hating on Nintendo for this and this and that. It's just people, like right now, YouTubers are shameless. These big channels that cover Nintendo content, they're shameless.
Oh yeah, don't get me started. Wait, can I say a name of a specific YouTuber? Or is it better if I just make his name anonymous? But I'm sure a lot of you guys might know who he is.
Hey, just stick with the anonymity for now. We don't want to.
All right. Well, there was a YouTuber, dude. I swear to God, every single day, like Nintendo did this, Nintendo did what, bro? This is in the Nintendo I know, blah blah blah. Okay. The day the Switch 2 came out, he was complaining about how he couldn't buy the Switch. Even his biggest fans were like calling out, like, bro, you were just slandering them for like months and months and months, and now you're like complaining that you didn't buy it. Like it's just kind of funny. YouTube has become more, corporate and less creativity focused, and that's why it kind of punishes creators like you who just talk about what they want to talk about. It rewards people who talk about what is trendy. This new game is trending. If you talk about that, you'll likely get more views. Exactly. New thing is trending. Yeah, exactly. So
you're talking, but eventually you're just a freaking You're just a cookie cutter version of everybody else. You're talking about the same junk they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you got thousands of people talking about the same thing, and I don't know why I don't understand why people still watch some of these people. Like, there'd be people, I go through my feed, like the Nintendo Direct announcement came out. It was 30 minutes. There was a video out from a channel that was on my feed that said something negative about, it's a partner, and the title was like, I can't believe it's just a partner showcase. And it had like 7,000 views in 30 minutes. And it's like, what is going on? It's like vultures, man. These people, they do it to get the clicks.
It's like they're complaining about something always. It's like they're complaining about something. Like, here's the thing. Criticism is good, right? It's good. But when you're constantly criticizing anything and everything, No, like it kind of just doesn't make sense. Like, oh, this is too much. This is too little. Why are there no AAA announcements? Why is there a lack of games on the Switch too? And then they make the partner showcase. It's a partner showcase, bro. Are you telling me? I also like a lot of people are saying, oh, Nintendo Switch 2's library is so small. The console just came out, bro. The console just came out. I spent 35 hours on Mario Kart World. I still haven't found all the P switches and stuff, and I'm still catching up with like Donkey Kong Bonanza. I want to get that. Dragon Drive. I want to get that. I'm already drowning in games. I'm still in Mario Kart World. Like, and the Switch when it had started, it also had a very tiny library. It was Breath of the Wild, and it was I think later down the line Super Mario Odyssey. It was not jam packed either, and that's okay because the console just launched.
Exactly. No console ever launches with a robust library of games. That's just poor. It's a poor planning decision anyway. You want people to keep coming back to the well. Like Nintendo put out Mario Kart World, they didn't put Donkey Kong Bonanza out the same day because now you got two big games coming out at the same time. You kind of which not one of them's not going to get played, the other one, and then you kind of cannibalize your sales.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
get people hyped. It's all about like they announced Switch 2. They're like Mario Kart World day one, hype. They hyped it up until Switch 2 released, and they sold. And then they started hyping up Donkey Kong Bonanza about 3 weeks before it came out. It showed the direct when people are like, at first I was even like, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it might be all right. Then we seen the direct, and you're like, oh my God, this looks epic. This looks amazing. And then I played it, and it's one of the best games that's ever been freaking put out on this planet. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what has happened? Nintendo just did it right, man. That's perfect marketing. Now that game is getting nothing but love and hype. Bigger than Mario Kart World. It's all over the place. People love the music of that game. I see the Zebra song on TikTok every
Oh
other
yeah, I've seen
scroll.
it too.
Zebra. And people are just on TikTok doing their dance to it. Like, and it's getting thousands and thousands of views. Donkey Kong Bonanza is about to be a huge seller. It's going to be the best selling Donkey Kong game of all time, period.
Probably.
It's a guarantee. I guarantee
Oh,
it.
like also another thing that kind of confuses me. Nintendo, like the whole Nintendo's playing it safe debacle. I don't really agree. For example, I'm gonna get an example here. I don't know if you're familiar with the Soulsborne games, like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne,
Oh,
and
of
so
course.
on.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, there the new exclusive for the Switch 2, the Duskbloods, right?
Yep. Looks amazing.
Nintendo could have just told the game director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, we just want a normal, boring, not boring, but like the same old Souls-like formula, right? But instead, they told him, you know what? Make an experimental game. Like Miyazaki proposed to them, hey, how about we make like I don't even know what the game is. I'm kind of confused myself, like a battle royale-esque PvPvE, free-for-all type of game. Uh, and Nintendo said, "Sure, go ahead, break your leg." And most companies don't do that. If other companies have told them, no, just make a normal Souls like. We don't want something risky. We want something that sells. But they told him no, make something risky. And,
Yeah.
and
Bring people
yeah,
to
to
the
the point
console.
that yeah,
They did, yeah. I've got a friend. His name is Fluff Master Flex on YouTube here. He bought the Switch 2 not because he wanted. He definitely wanted to play Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, all that. He was, he was cool about that. He bought it for that Souls like game. He bought it because he's
yeah,
like that Souls like game's coming out next year, and I'm getting that shit. And he was like bought the Switch 2 on day one because of that game coming out next year. So
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
big deal. That's a huge deal to people. So just them announcing that, Nintendo knew they would get people in from day one to support and play what else they have to offer until then. Because Souls-like games are huge, and then that brings me to tomorrow's direct. I figured they're going to announce the release date for Elden Ring on the Switch too. That's going to get
Oh
announced
yeah, by the way,
tomorrow.
regarding Elden Ring, when I get NSO, I can help you if you ever get the game. I have experience with some of the bosses and stuff.
Absolutely, and we're going to be playing Elden Ring. It's going to be so fun. Let me catch up on chat here, guys. Sorry if I'm ignoring y'all a little bit. Didn't mean to. Let's see. Barefoot says he never had a game system thing with a particular console, which is a good attitude to have. I really should have had that attitude when I was younger too, Barefoot. And your Steam Deck is leveraging the PC gaming. Steam Deck is awesome. I fully support anybody who buys a Steam Deck. I think Steam has plenty of games, and they always have good prices on games, which is great. Because the reason Steam has such good prices is because there's a lot of competition on Steam. A lot of competition. So people have to figure out a way to get their game out there, and putting it on sale is a great way to do that. Let's see. People beg for likes. I'm not sure why. Well, I'm not saying begging for likes is bad. YouTube kind of created that problem when they make it part of your analytics. Like, it's a big, like, I put it in all my videos at the beginning and the end. Subscribe and like the video if you're having a great time. Because the more people that subscribe while watching my video, or more people that hit like button while watching my video, shows YouTube, and YouTube will take that that number and say, oh, they've already got 10 likes and it's only been out an hour. We need to show this to more people. We need to start pushing this out to this group of people and this group of people. So I understand why people ask for likes and subscribers. That is YouTube's fault. They created that they made that an important part of the algorithm. So it's kind of not a smart move if you're making videos on YouTube to not even ask. Like right now, I'm going to ask you guys, please hit the like button on this stream. It's proven. I've been streaming a long time. The quicker I get likes on a stream, the more people that I meet, and the more people that show up that I get to hang out with and make new friends and get new subscribers, because people are clicking like and are having a good time. And YouTube sees that as a live stream. It's like, oh, this guy's putting on a stream that people are interacting with and they're having a good time. So I don't ask for likes for my ego. I ask for likes because that's how I grow the channel. That's how I get, make more success, I guess you could say. I grow.
Yeah.
And growing on YouTube is a good thing. It's a great thing. It helps me out. Helps us all meet new people. Like you, though, we've only known each other for a couple months now. And you're awesome. I'm glad I get to meet people who like-minded, who think like me, who enjoy the same things as me, and we can have great conversations about these things. There's Ethan B. I met Ethan B through streaming. There's Ethan B. I met Lee. I met Barefoot. All you guys that are hanging right now, obviously we met through streaming. And Lee, I believe I met you through Eslo21, Z101, so what I call him, Z101. But I remember meeting you through his streams, and you come in here and watch my streams, and it's awesome what the YouTube community can put together. You can meet lots of awesome people. So hitting like and asking for likes is something YouTube has created. I wish I didn't have to do that. I wish it wasn't part of the algorithm, as part of the success formula, as YouTube would call it. It's part of the recipe. Yeah, Mario Maker Barefoot is when you started watching me. That was awesome. It feels like forever ago. And counting the likes is what I like to do at night, because it's like, instead of counting sheep at night before I go to sleep, I count likes. So the more you hit like, the quicker I can go to sleep at night, guys. The higher I have to count. So that's a joke we've always said here on the stream, and it's fun. So I completely understand likes. Now, what I don't like is rage baiting. Rage baiting is what they're doing on these channels. They're taking a topic that they know will fuel the fire of rage inside of people, especially people who hate Nintendo. They literally have hate for the company. They hate Nintendo because they can't get their games either basically for free, or Nintendo puts security in place where you can't hack their consoles and steal their games. And this is where a lot of these people are mad. That's why they're saying get a Steam Deck. You can just emulate the Switch. And it's like, that's what they mean when they say just get a Steam Deck. They're not just saying get a Steam Deck because they think it's a superior handheld. They're telling you to get a Steam Deck because they're saying the underlying text there is because you can emulate the Switch games on it. So they're promoting piracy when they say stuff like that. Now, I am not a rookie when it comes to sailing the high seas. I know how to get the ship out in the water. Okay, guys? I've done my fair share of sailing the high seas. However, I am not going to stop support. I buy things. I still buy things. I'm actually more of a consumer now as I've gotten older. Because as I was younger, I guess what? I'm sure a lot of us have all had this issue. I didn't have a lot of green, didn't have a lot of moolah. So I tried to do it. I tried to play as much as I could for without paying. I understand it. But when people say stuff like that, that's what they're saying. Oh, you should pirate the game. That's what they should. They just can't. They just ain't gonna go out and say that because that's gonna make them look bad. They're gonna say, just get a Steam Deck. What are you getting a Switch 2 for? Get a Steam Deck. Not because they think it's an amazing console, which it is. They just think it's great for piracy. So these rage baiting YouTubers use that kind of stuff, and they make these little headlines, and they already have a following anyway. No hate to them at all. I mean, they've built their channel up probably with hard work and determination, for real. I'm not even joking. These guys have gotten this many subscribers and viewers for a reason. They're entertaining, right? But now they just take the cheap. They're just going for the cheap views. Nintendo Direct is a partner direct. Nintendo sucks! And then they'll put a video out with a title on it, and people are going to watch it. They eat it up because they can't wait to hate on Nintendo. Or some people can't wait to see what somebody else is hating on Nintendo for.
Well,
Anyway.
you know the number one thing that rage baits me? It's not even the video itself, it's those like Mr. Beastified type of thumbnails where like it's a very hyper edited face and like they're gasping and then they're looking into space and then like they have like this hand in front of their face and then that feels a bit odd, like it's out of place. I don't know why that really pisses me off. Like it genuinely makes me just want to turn off my TV and go for a walk. Like, bro, why? Just make a normal thumbnail. Why do you gotta make it look so weird?
Now, see, thumbnails is a whole other ballgame. And that's what's popular. See, the thing about the Mr. Beast, the thumbnail, is that's the trend. That's what.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Beast is the number one creator. He's got 400 million subscribers or some crazy, something, the number like that. So, it's like, people follow that trend. When he's popular because of his thumbnails and his content, well, at least I can get the thumbnail. I don't have his content, but I can at least get the thumbnail in my niche, and people will be attracted to it because they're obviously 400 million people can't be wrong, right? I mean, you got to go with the numbers there. The problem with those thumbnails is, like you said, some people can't do it. I can't do it. I'll be honest. I've tried to make a Mr. Beast thumbnail with my face on there and stuff, and I can't make it look that good. I don't have the skill set for that. So I've actually
even Mr. Beast himself, people have pointed out like it just looks so uncanny.
Well, he gets those are done by professional graphic artists. He pays them a lot of money to make a thumbnail. Like for me, if I wanted to go hire somebody to make me a thumbnail, I would look for somebody that would charge me like $20 per thumbnail because that would be about as much as I could spend on
Yeah.
it. Mr. Beast is going out there and saying, "Hey, I will pay you $3,000 or $5,000 per thumbnail," because his video is guaranteed to make $100,000 or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to pay. He's going to get the best of the best to make that thumbnail. So that's why a lot of those thumbnails can't be duplicated because he got these highly professional, highly skilled graphic designers he's hiring to do that. Or he has somebody in-house that he pays a salary to, most likely. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And they have his style, and that's the style. Which is what they should do. I mean, that's the smart way to do it if you are a big creator. You should have a team of people. That's just because you are a brand. You're a TV channel. Mr. Beast has more subscribers than that watch normal TV shows on network television shows or cable television shows. It's a big deal when a TV show on a network or cable shows gets 20 million viewers. There was 20 million people watching the show. Mr. Beast literally has 400 million subscribers. He is his own, basically. He's like a mega network. It's insane how big he is, which... Hey, it is what it is. Mr. Beast is the trending thing. That's why people go for those thumbnails because they want people to say, "Oh, that might be Mr. Beast." They want people to think Mr. Beast when they click it. It's clickable. So
Well, if
yeah,
I'm being honest, like just my opinion, all right, I just don't really like Mitch Beast types of videos. I prefer slower paced types of videos like yours. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a bit too much in your face. I like the spectacle, but me personally, I just don't like. I don't really know, but it's all right if any of you guys like it. It's just my opinion.
no, it's a everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't watch Mr. Beast videos. I have nothing against Mr. Beast. Period. I've seen some of his content here and there just throughout the last few years. Things pop up, and I'll just say, "Oh, let me check it out." I got no.
Yeah,
He's like a game show host, is what he feels like. He's like a game show host, prankster type of guy,
yeah.
and people like that stuff, so it's fine. It's not something I'm
It's
going to
like a
watch all the
bit
time.
too. It's a bit too fast paced. Like I put $100,000 in this
Yeah,
box, and like it's just like jumping from scene to scene to scene to scene. And it's just a bit too fast paced. Sometimes I just want to relax and watch a dude talk about Nintendo. Something like that. So
yeah.
somebody that's talking about stuff.
That's the big editing decision that too. Like when I'm editing videos, I was trying to do that for a little while. I would try to like fast pace, clip to this, go to there, like no seconds wasted. There's movement the whole time, and I'm like, that's exhausting just to edit. It's exhausting,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I can't imagine what it's like for people to watch it. But that's for some reason that grabs people's attention. But I decided, you know what? Like the videos I make now over the last couple of months, it's new content for me. The commentary comment is a new space for me. But I always have something to say, and I'm like, well, I might as well try it out, see how it goes. And it's been going good. It's been some of the best videos I put out consistently, performance wise. I'm not saying they're the best videos on the internet or anything, but they're performing better than any videos I normally make. And normally I just make a Let's Play video or something. And I had to eventually get out of that because that's what I like to do. I just want to play the game, talk about it while I'm playing it. That's fun to me. But the video performance wasn't there. But anytime I would do like a tutorial or like a Minecraft tutorial is my biggest video. It's got like 275,000 views or something. It was just
dang,
a simple tutorial of how to make a skeleton XP farm. But
yeah,
it's all about, for me, for a long time with YouTube, I just like, all right, I got to make content that I want to make. Now I want to grow the channel. It's like, and there's a reasons I want to grow the channel, not because of my benefit. I actually do a St. Jude month of St. Jude streams every year now,
yeah,
and I'll be doing it again this year. Start at the end of October. St. Jude is a children's hospital here in the United States,
yeah. I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
and they're great. They're very great, and so I like raising money for them. So me and Kun Mong was talking about it one day, and Kun Mong was like, if you want to raise more money for St. Jude, you should grow your channel. And I'm like, he's got a point. He's got a freaking
Yeah,
point there. So I needed to start taking it a little more serious. So I've been experimenting, and then I finally found
yeah,
this. Oh, let's talk about Nintendo topics and stuff. And boom, people enjoy them apparently. So that's good. I enjoy making them. They're fun. They're not very hard to edit, and I get my thoughts out. All right, Lee
yeah.
says, never gonna give you up. Has the most views, over 1 billion views. And yes, you're correct, Lee. The Rick rolling is the reason for sure. And it's just an amazing song. I love that song. I loved that song before it was a Rick roll thing. I remember I'd be in the car, never gonna give you up. I was a kid jamming to that song. Mr. Beast is being accused of something I don't know if you did or don't know if you did or not. I'm not gonna say you did, and I'm not gonna say you didn't, because I don't know his life. Oh, I don't know exactly what you're talking about there, Lee, but okay, that doesn't sound good. I'm assuming you're talking about Mr. Beast when you say you, not me. You're not talking about me. Because I promise you the worst thing I've ever done in life is very, very small. It's nothing bad. Also depends on what demographic you're going after. Mr. Beast goes after a younger demographic. Yeah. Younger kids are going to pay attention to that hyper. Barefoot's right about that, It's like, that's the reason it's so fast paced. Is it's like kids are like kids need, especially this generation, they need the fast. Boom, 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 boom,
Oh
boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom. It just hits them. Just keeps hitting them until they're until the end of the video. It's just movement, 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 movement.
Yeah, I gotta give him credit. He knows how to grab your attention, and currently, that's like number one thing that matters in the
Oh yeah,
entertainment industry. It's
he
just
has a
not
great
for me.
hook. He always has a great hook that people are more.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of us, a lot of people I've met through this channel. This is just my opinion. It isn't to sound talking bad about anyone. I just feel like we're a niche group of people. We're not the
yeah,
we're not the Mr. Beast audience
yeah,
for the most part. And yes, we might still see Mr. Beast, but do we live for Mr. Beast? No. I still watch a Mr. Beast video here and there because again, he does do some crazy stuff sometimes. It's like, oh, I got to see this. That's pretty interesting. But most of it, I'm like, I'm good. I'm not super, like, I'm not captivated personally.
yeah.
So yeah, I was just saying, people I meet usually are chill and relaxed and just want to enjoy. Like, we're not hating on Nintendo, nor are we hating on Sony or Xbox or Steam Deck or whatever else is out there. We're not hating on. We would never hate on that because we just want to have a good time ourselves, and I don't want to end up. I don't want to mess up somebody else's good time. If you are a Sony fanatic and you will not play anything except what comes on a PlayStation console, I love you, man. I hope you're having a great time. And I would never get in your way. I would never tell you not to buy one or whatever. But when you put, like, I've been putting these videos out talking about Sony or Nintendo or like Mario Kart World, whatever. There's people that's going to slide in those comments like, you suck, Switch sucks, you suck it. It's like, that's their life, I guess. I just don't understand that. I don't want to go ruin somebody else's time.
How dare you have a different opinion than mine? How dare you?
You suck. Like, what? What do I suck for? You think Mario's fun? Oh. Okay, what do you think is fun? I like Astrobot. That's the same. That's like basically Mario, bro. Okay, whatever, man. It's no big deal. Go ahead and enjoy Astrobot. It's a cool game. Lee says, did you know SS Sniper Wolf doxed somebody? Oh, goodness. SS Sniper Wolf. She is the worst.
Wait, isn't she like the React channel?
Yes. She's the one.
I don't understand React channels. It's like you're not even adding to the content. You're just like there's no content creation. It's just kind of content that I'm gonna put my face over it.
This is her. She's like, here's a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. That's a Switch 2 Pro controller. That's crazy. That's her reaction. That's her adding to the content. It's dumb. Yeah, because I believe she doxed a guy named Jack Smiles or something like that. I don't know him. I've seen this story. It came across my feed. I watched a few videos of some people doing like a little documentary about the situation. Yeah, I want to be. I really try to be positive. Now, I will be honest. Like with my latest video, I wanted to kind of make it provocative, right? I put Sony shares games, Nintendo never will, But obviously, my video is not negative. It's actually positive about both sides of the situation. I would never go in.
I understand why Sony makes their games like not really as exclusive anymore. Their budgeting strategy just does not allow exclusivity because it's just their games are so expensive, and when you limit it to your console, you're really limiting your performance, especially when they throw like hundreds of millions. I don't even know how, but Spider-Man 2 is allegedly 300 million, but it's like the same math, guys. Like, yeah, they added Queens and new boroughs in New York, but I don't think it warrants like the original Spider-Man was 100 million. I don't think it warrants triple that. I mean, inflation, yeah, but like, damn.
Oh, was that all you had? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you there. Udo? Udo, you still there? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, I thought it sounded like you cut out there.
Oh, maybe I was lagging. My bad.
No, no worries.
What I was saying, what I was saying is that, like, you know, PlayStation's lack of exclusivity is because their budgeting, their video game budgeting, just does not allow them to even break even sometimes.
Oh yeah,
if their games stay exclusive.
that's 100% true.
They throw too much money at games. Like Spider-Man 2 is allegedly 300 million, and it's just like I know inflation is a thing and stuff, but it's practically the same game. And there's new, like, I'm not saying that it's the same game, it's the same map, practically, but you know, there's the new boroughs, there's queens, but I don't think it would have costed them that much. And that's the game cost. That doesn't include marketing. Marketing could be double that budget.
Well, so they're treating it like a movie budget.
Yeah, but like,
which is the wrong way to go. That one person did make a comment. Somebody commented on the video. They said something like that. They said, yeah, Nintendo doesn't spend $100 to $200 million developing a game.
Yeah,
and I agree with that comment. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Well, Nintendo doesn't need to do that because
but they do have their bigger budget titles.
They know how to make a fun game.
Balance it out. Yeah,
and they sell
they balance
30 million copies.
Yeah. And they balance out the big games with smaller games. So that, and they don't expect every single game is going to be a hit, right? Sony, for them to be profitable, at least on their PS5 front, their games have to sell like what do you call them, Big Macs. Like, they just have to sell like crazy because their budgets are just really big.
Oh yeah, it's like an insane budget, and that Sony's already selling their console at a loss.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't sell their consoles at a loss. They make money on them. Now they did go against that strategy with the Japan only version. They did take a loss on that actually. However, that's a for them it's their local people that in Japan they're gonna make that money back because they have loyal fans.
No, Japan's economy isn't doing too well, bro. And
so exactly.
I feel them.
And they're taking care of them, and that builds goodwill. And they're gonna once everything recovers, Nintendo's gonna be positioned to do very well there, and they deserve to.
Yeah.
There's too much hate in the world. I agree with you, Barefoot. I think we need to spread positivity as much as we can. No reason to be going around hating everybody or hating things because you don't like it. Don't hate somebody because they like something you don't like. I mean, geez. What kind of disagree with some reaction channels can be very useful. Now, the ones you're talking about, Barefoot, they actually provide a, what do they call it, Udo? It's like they're actually changing the content, right? They're actually making it their own. That's totally different. Yeah. Like what you're describing is they're watching a police stop, and it's basically like a lawyer or somebody that's in that profession literally describing everything and explaining each thing that's happening and what the law is. And that's an educational experience. That's a completely valid reaction channel. SS Sniper Wolf is just a girl who I'm sure a lot of guys find attractive. And she sits there and is like, that's crazy. Wow, that's insane. And it's nothing. She's offering nothing to the content. She doesn't make the content better. And then she doesn't credit the people she's putting on her videos.
She doesn't credit them either. I don't know about that part. I thought she at least would credit them.
Well, that's what she got in trouble for. Now, she might be doing it now. But she wasn't crediting people. And she was just like, got her big lipstick on. Hey, I had soup today. Oh, look at that cute little rabbit. It's it. That's the content. So yeah, she got into a lot of hot water, but she still got 35 million subscribers. They hadn't kicked her out. She's still on the platform. And YouTube's not getting rid of a cash cow. They're not going to do that. That's it's going to take her to do something really really crazy to get kicked off YouTube. The guy, I think his name is Jack Smiles. I think is the one that she doxed. I believe she went to his house and like made a video outside of his house or tweet or something. I don't know. It was something stupid.
I think it was. I think it was like an Instagram story or something, and they just like typed an IP address and then later deleted it. I'm not sure though.
And yeah, like you said, Lee, the competition is good. McDonald's versus Wendy's versus Burger King. They compete against each other, but lately they are kind of in cahoots. If you ask me, they all marking their like every combo. Like you go to Wendy's, the combo's $10 and something for a hamburger, for a double cheeseburger or whatever. Go to McDonald's, get a double quarter pounder cheese. Guess what? It's like $10 and something. You know, all the prices are lining up together. Where they compete, where McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King compete now is in the digital space. They're competing online on their apps. The apps is where McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King try to beat each other. They don't try to beat each other publicly anymore. They just like when I say publicly, I mean like going to the restaurant and ordering a meal. You're going to pay about the same amount of money whichever one of those you go to. Doesn't matter which one. But where they compete is where they want you in their app where they can, of course, mine your data. That's what they want the most of all. Because they know what you're buying, what you're looking at, what you're doing, la, la, la. However, that's where you save money. Like if I go to Wendy's now, I do not ever go to Wendy's and just order straight at the speaker. They ask me, "Did you use your mobile app?" I say, "Yes, I did." This is my order number or my name or whatever. All right, come around. Because I paid way less than it's on that menu board in the app. Because I've got rewards coupons, I've got deals in there, all sorts of things. I
Yeah,
will
they make
share
it
my
really
data to
convenient.
save some money. I know I don't care. You can dig deep into my data. You're not going to learn much. He likes Dr. Pepper and Nintendo games. Okay, woohoo! And he likes double cheeseburgers. Who don't, right? So they're not learning much from me. So I'm like, you're gonna give me $2 off, and you want to look at my data? All right, go. What do you got? Whoop it. If it helps you out, whoopity do. Yeah, an app is, but that's where it at. If you want to save any kind of money going into a restaurant these days, especially a fast food restaurant, you got to have their app. Don't go order, guys. Don't go order at a fast food place without using the app. That is just you're costing yourself so much money. You are spending way too much money at Wendy's if you're not using their app. Because like right now, every day I can go there and get a premium combo that would normally cost you $10 and some odd cents, like a double cheeseburger, the Dave's combo. I pay $8 and something for it every time because it's $2 cheaper. Because I have a coupon in there every day, $2 off premium combo. If I can't find anything other good deals, I just use that one, and I pay $8 instead of $10 or almost $11. So I know a lot of people. I see tons of people because I go to that drive-through. I work nearby Wendy's, so I use it frequently for my lunch breaks. And I get to the speaker. There'll be two. They have two lanes. Say a car will go to the first lane, so I go around to the other lane. Well, they got two people that'll talk to you, and I pull up. They're like, are you using your mobile app? I'm like, yep, here's my name. Pull around. I pull around that car that came up before me is still sitting there talking to them because they're ordering her straight off the board, paying full price. I just got ahead of them in line and paid $2 or $3 less than they're paying. I'm winning. I'm a winner when it comes to that. Still, that's where they're competing now, though. The digital apps is where the competition is brewing. Yep, Dairy Queen has a good point system. I use them. My wife loves their chicken strip baskets. And they are very good. Dairy Queen has some very good chicken strips and fries. Or actually, we like to get the onion rings. They're really good. Burger King burgers are great. I agree with you, Lee. I like to go there every once. I'll mix it up instead of Wendy's. I'll go to Burger King. McDonald's. Oh, I'll say this: McDonald's double quarter pounders now, or that quarter pounder meat is very good. The problem with going to McDonald's and ordering a double quarter pounder with cheese now, though, is that you're guaranteed they're going to say, "Hey, will you pull up here to the parking spot and we'll bring it out to you." Every time. There's never. Ever since they changed the quarter pounder meat where they cook it fresh and it's not frozen like Wendy's burgers, every time I order one, I know I'm about to pull into a parking spot to wait for them to bring it to me because it takes them longer to cook the patties. Dang, Lee, you had enough points to get a free cake. That's awesome, dude. But yes, so let's talk about tomorrow's direct. Let's talk about some things that you guys would like to see from the partners of Nintendo, the third party publishers. Name me a couple of games you would like to see announced tomorrow, at least, or not maybe announced, but like some specifics about them.
AAA games that I would look. Oh, 100%. One thing. If they don't announce Call of Duty, because like literally Nintendo and Activision like made a deal, that would actually raise a few eyebrows. Because like they literally said all new Call of Duty games are going to be coming out on the Switch too. So if there is no announcement of Call of Duty, I actually will raise a few eyebrows because that would be a bit weird. Like, where's the announcement, dude? Because they literally signed a contract, a legally binding one.
All right. Call of Duty, that's a good one.
Other like Roblox, like I said, I told you on Discord, it just seems like it would be really, really good for the Switch too, because a lot of people who play on the Switch too are kids, and also the mouse controls. They've ported it to PlayStation and Xbox now as well. It depends though. Like, and I think it would be Roblox would do it if it was not just for the Switch 2, but also the Switch. Because I think the Switch can run a lot of Roblox games.
Yeah, Roblox is a great suggestion. When you put that in Discord today, I was like, oh man, that's a smart idea. It would perform very well on the Switch too. I know we all know people that play Roblox. You probably play Roblox.
Yeah, I play with my friends.
I don't play it myself. I'm not a Roblox person, but I don't know why. I just never got into it. But it's great that they definitely should put that on the Switch too. That's just, to me, that's a match made in heaven. They would do very well on the Switch. So that's a good. I like those two suggestions. Lee, what about you? Is there? You said you wanted to see Pokemon, but of course we already know Pokemon is a Nintendo. Barefoot says, "Look outside." What do you mean? Are you naming a game, or is that Resident Evil? Okay, I've seen some people comment that they would like to see Resident Evil games that are not cloud versions. They want the full game. They want the full versions on the Switch too, not the cloud versions, which I agree with that.
Red Dead Redemption 2, bro, it's a no-brainer.
Now, the Red Dead Redemption 2, I was going to mention that is that's been rumored for about a month now or actually 2 months now. The guy that voices Arthur Morgan, he basically came out and said, hey, there's a big announcement coming soon, and then nothing's happened since. So I figured that's definitely going to come to the Switch too, the Red Dead Redemption. Kun Mong is back. Where you been, bro?
Maybe GTA 5. Because I think the Switch 2 could definitely run GTA 5.
Definitely could run GTA 5. There's no reason it can't run GTA 5. It could have ran GTA 5 on the Switch, really. Not that they should have done that, but it could have ran it. Of course, it would have been a much a very low res version of it. But they definitely can run it now. It now. So I would love to see GTA 5 on the Switch 2 would be super cool. But I don't expect GTA games to ever appear on a Nintendo system like that. Well, we shall see. They did release a lot of the older versions on the Switch, so we'll see. Because if they release GTA, I want to see GTA 6 on the Switch too. Man, I would be so pumped for that.
I mean, the Xbox, it's very similar to the Xbox Series S in terms of power. I could see GTA 6 being on the Switch too, but here's the thing. I don't know how it looks, bro, because like on the PlayStation 5, it was literally running at 30 FPS. The PlayStation 5, dude. Like the
Yeah.
trailer that was recorded on PlayStation 5 was at 30 FPS. So I'm worried, like, how's it even going to run on the Xbox Series S? Even though they have confirmed there will be an Xbox Series S port. Will they just cancel it? Because the game looks very graphically demanding.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, anything that's too graphically demanding is probably not coming to Switch 2 because that's just the way it is. But
Yeah,
it can perform 60 FPS. It just had
yeah.
the problem is it's going to be the third parties optimizing these games for the Switch 2. Like if Cyberpunk 2077 is any indication, then yes, these third party publishers are going to do well. They're going to put the game out and it's going to be nice. Like Cyberpunk 2077 runs smooth on Switch 2, and that is an amazing feat on their part. So the Switch 2 is powerful. Cyberpunk 2077 is a beast of a game. Let's see. Astrobot would be a good one to see on the Switch 2. Absolutely. The Astrobot on the Switch 2 would just be insane. Which, of course, Sony
I mean,
should get Astrobot out there.
PlayStation
Well, they
did
are, yeah.
hire like literally an entire job application for someone who can like port games, make an entire team to port games to other devices, including the Switch and the Switch 2.
No, they like I said, that's what I talk about in my video that I put out Monday. Is the
Yeah,
Sony has a job posting they want a director of cross platforms. Basically, they want to be able to get their games on other platforms because that's going to bring in more money. It's a no brainer.
yeah.
Because the Astrobot won Game of the Year. Now it won Game of the Year on multiple places. It sold.
They robbed Black Myth, bro. They robbed Black Myth.
Astrobot has only sold 2.3 million copies. 2.3 million copies for Game of the freaking Year. That's not good. That's terrible. That game would perform amazingly well. That would sell 20 million copies on the Switch. I promise you. That game is Nintendo fans' dream. Nintendo love games. Nintendo fans, as we are Nintendo fans, we love those kinds of games. As y'all know, I played that on stream a few times, a few months back at the end of the year, beginning of the year. Man, I had a good time playing that game. It's a great game. Kumong, that makes no sense. So did you just hear the numbers I just told you? 2.3 million copies is all they've sold. It was Game of the Year.
It's strictly tied to the PlayStation 5, so that's not really surprising.
2.3 million copies. Mario Odyssey sold 30 million. 30. Splatoon sold 20 million. Come on now. Astrobot is a generational game. It's a beautiful game that should sell systems, but it didn't. 2.3 million copies is very weak for a Game of the Year contender on a console like PlayStation 5. That is very weak.
Can I just be honest? Like, I'm not like a conspiracy theory type of guy, but it just feels like Astrobot won because like they didn't know who to give it to. It was kind of, I don't know. Like Black Myth Wukong is a nice game, but to be fair, it's Game Science's first game. It's like their debut title, so it does have its issues in terms of game design and so on. But there was also, I think, Metaphor ReFantasio. That was also, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. That was also nominated, and Balatro was nominated. But an indie game winning Game of the Year, I think, is not something that's very common. I don't think there's ever been an indie game that won a Game of the Year. I think there should be, though. Like, I think, for example, Hollow Knight was a really, really good contender for Game of the Year, but like it didn't even win Game of the Year. Indie Game of the Year, my bad. It lost to Cuphead.
The most copies of a game that have sold on the PlayStation 5 was Spider-Man 2. It sold 11 million copies.
It only
No
sold
wait,
11 million.
no wait. I'm sorry. Apologize. Helldivers 2 sold 15 million copies on the PlayStation 5. That's the highest total of a game. That's the number one game on the system that sold 15 million. Now, Kun Mong, you're correct. There would have to be some changes in the control scheme, and that would be the challenge there if it does happen. Now, I believe don't get correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can connect a PlayStation 5 controller to your Switch 2. I think you can. I'm going to look that up
Like
just
they
to make
just
sure I'm
allow
not.
that.
I know that you can connect controllers, Bluetooth controllers to it.
Really interesting.
You got to get a third-party adapter from 8BitDo or Mayflash. Yes, you can connect your PlayStation 5 controller to your Switch 2. Now, think about this, guys. If Sony and Nintendo come to an agreement to put Astrobot on the Switch 2, it would make sense and probably would happen that Nintendo would allow that controller to be paired to their system via Bluetooth, because Sony would be wanting them to do that because they could sell controllers along with the game. So tell me people won't go buy that controller to play Astrobot on Switch 2. They will. They'll do it. Nintendo fans want to play Astrobot because it is a cool game. Like Barefoot said, it'll sell 2.5 million copies day one on the Switch. I mean, that might be a big number, exaggeration, but it's going to be something like that. It's going to be a big number. Astrobot would destroy on Switch. It would just destroy. It would be an amazing thing to have on the system. And Sony would make bukus of bucks. It makes a lot of sense for them. But like I said, PC is probably where it'll be. I don't think they'll go to Switch 2. I just don't see it. Just because of competition. Like we talk about a competition, then Sony's going to... It's going to take a little while for Sony to come around to putting something like that on a Switch. Or Nintendo
I mean, they did
console.
put the Horizon game, right? They put the Horizon Lego game on the Switch.
Yeah, the Lego one. Yeah. Which was good. Hey, that is a olive branch. That's the beginning. And they also they got the Patapon 1 and 2 coming out on the Switch as well. Well, I just don't understand why they wouldn't let it go at this point. 2.3 million copies sold. Think about Sony's position. They've sold almost... 85, 90 million PlayStation 5s, something in that range. And they're looking over here at Nintendo Switch. Mario Kart Deluxe sold 68 million copies. That's over half. That's almost half of the consoles sold have that game attached to it. So it's about 47% attach rate for Mario Kart Deluxe. 47% attach rate. Astrobot sold 2 million, and they have 90 million consoles sold. That's like 10% attach rate. That's junk. That's garbage numbers. You're not bringing in the money like you're supposed to. Now, that's why Sony charges so much for their online service, right? You know, how much does it cost for a year of PlayStation Live or whatever it's called? Let's see. 1 year of PlayStation Online. Because think about it. Nintendo charges $20 for a year. If you want the best PlayStation Plus Premium for a year, is $160 a year. That's where they're making money, guys. That's their money maker. Subscriptions to things. Nintendo sells it to you for minimum 20. Yeah, you can go 50. At the maximum for Nintendo, it's $50 a year for a whole year. It's 3 times that much for PlayStation. For the premium, the best thing you can get. Now, is it feature rich? Of course it is. Not knocking Sony here, but that's where they're making their money. Oh yeah, Kunmong. I mean, you might be right, Kunmong. The stubbornness of Sony could override the whole thing, bro. Sometimes Sony's gonna be like, "Nah, I don't think so. We're fine with the sales Astrobot got, and move along." You know what I mean?
But
Sony,
I think,
Sony can be stubborn. Go ahead, you know.
nah, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying Sony can be stubborn. That's all. Look how long it took
Oh yeah,
Sony to do cross-platforming. It took a
yeah.
lot of people giving them hell online to finally get them to do that. When it made sense for them to do that, they just put Helldivers 2 on the Xbox. That's a freaking big deal. But anyway, Yudo, go ahead, bro. Your turn.
I think the reason PlayStation isn't really desperate to port Astrobot to anywhere else like the same way they were desperate for their other games is I think Astrobot was profitable because yeah, although it had the tiny sales, I think its budget was only around 40 million. Like it was one of their lower budget titles. Uh, so I think that's why they're not like going too crazy about porting it. I think they will port it, but it's not something that they're in a rush for because I think they didn't make profit from that game.
Yeah, I mean, Astrobot could have been a low production. It had lower development costs, smaller team.
Yeah.
So 2.3 million copies sold with a small development team, so it probably didn't cost that much to make. They made their money back for sure. They definitely profited. Not saying they didn't profit, but they have to be looking over at Nintendo and seeing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, 10 million copies sold. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. PlayStation is like dominated up until the Switch came out. They were the number one console. Yes, the Wii performed great too. But I'm just saying PlayStation had a nice run there. Now they're up against the wall, and they always release their consoles at a loss. They do not make money on them. So now they're looking at it like, ooh, Switches, they're making money per console. They make profit per console sold, and they're just raking in the money on these games they're making. Sony wants a piece of that pie. Sony wants to know how they can do that. But Sony will never not release the most powerful console on the market because that's just ego. That's ego driven. Because they're already talking about, oh, we're developing PlayStation 6. Why? What for?
No, it's even funnier is PlayStation. The PlayStation 5 has just gotten like a bigger user base than the PlayStation 4. Like finally, they have more people on the PlayStation 5 than on PlayStation 4. And you're like, you know what? PlayStation 6, we're gonna release it soon because PlayStation 5 didn't do too well. And instead of trying to make a comeback like how Nintendo kind of did with the 3DS, yeah, we're just gonna make a PlayStation 6. We're gonna make it more powerful. There's likely going to be a bigger price tag. Yeah, even though like kind of lackluster. Not too many games, not too much of a variety, and like you get me.
Yeah, I got you. And it's like I see Kun Mong, you're upset with Nintendo because they kicked Sony out of the contract. Well, to be honest, Nintendo, we have to thank Nintendo for that move because now you might think that sounds crazy, but we should thank Nintendo for that because guess what? They created competition. And now we look where we're at in 2025 from 1995 when all that went down, or 1993, 94, whenever that was. Look at the consoles. Look at the gaming, the community of the game. Look at the gaming industry. It's huge. Like we talked about earlier, healthy competition drives these things. Do what now, Kunmong? What now? What do you mean? So let's talk about Sega. Lee, you talked about Sega there. They put out a console called the Sega Saturn. It was hard to develop for. Third-party developers did not want to make games for it. No, Lee. If I said your name, I apologize. I meant to say Lee Kumong. My bad. If that's what happened. Lee said that he was upset with Nintendo for screwing over Sony, but in the end of the day, Nintendo created the best competition they could have ever created.
No, but speaking of Nintendo screwing with Sony, the contract was kind of a really crappy contract. I'm pretty sure. Like Nintendo didn't just do it for the sake of doing it, because I'm pretty sure the conditions of the contract were not very favorable on Nintendo's end. I don't remember the specifics.
Well, the problem was it wasn't that they left the contract or screwed Sony out of it. It's the way they did it. Sony went the day before and did a press conference and announced the whole thing. Like, hey, we're partnered with Nintendo. We're developing a CD-based system, blah, blah, blah. The next day, Nintendo came out and did their own press conference. And in this press conference, they said, no, we're not doing that thing with Sony. We decided to partner with Philips instead.
Yeah, the Philips thing. Oh,
they changed it the very next day. And Sony didn't even know it until they did the press conference.
Yeah.
Nico, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Now, Nintendo was scared that Sony was going to steal they didn't like the deal, like you said. They didn't like the contract terms. And so Nintendo, the next day, announced it to the world, and Sony didn't even know it until they announced it to the world. So they made Sony look stupid, and Sony didn't appreciate that, which is why Sony decided to do their own console. So you see what I'm saying? It's like it makes a lot of sense. Oh, I remember the OG. So you got a second account there, Nico? Or something happened to your first account? So it was definitely some justification on Nintendo's side, but the way they did it was very dirty.
Yeah, the way they did it was not that nice.
So it was a mixed bag of people doing wrong. But it actually worked out. Guys, Sony PlayStation is an amazing generation of consoles. Each Sony PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been an asset to the gaming world. So Nintendo did us all a favor because Sega wasn't going to be able to compete. They put out Sega Saturn. They lost a ton of. They only sold 10 million units worldwide of the Sega Saturn. It was garbage. And then their last ditch effort was to put out the Dreamcast, which was great. The Dreamcast was awesome. I had one. Before PlayStation 2 came out, the Dreamcast was doing very, very well. But then, here comes the PlayStation 2. Everybody bought that and forgot about the Dreamcast. PlayStation 2 only ended up being the best-selling console of all time versus the Dreamcast that only sold about 2 or 3 million units. I think they might have ended up about 10 million or so, I think. Let me see. Let me make sure my number's right there. Yeah, 9.13 million units for the Dreamcast was sold. So, yeah, that was not good. They sold 9 million. The PlayStation 2 only sold 160-something million. No big deal. It's such a big deal that the closest competition to it right now is the Switch 1 at 150. Well, I think the DS is still slightly ahead of the Switch 1. I don't want to forget about the DS. The DS is like 152 million, I think. And then the Switch 1's like at 151 million, but they're predicting that the Switch 1 will catch the PlayStation 2 by the next year, middle of next year. But we'll see. I don't know. That's definitely speculation because the Switch 2 is out now, so the Switch 1's definitely going to slow down. Dreamcast was a great system. Sega just destroyed their own selves. Sega did it to themselves. They just tried to make too many big moves to stay ahead of Nintendo. And it just shows you, it's proof that calculation is much better than rushing yourself. Like, Nintendo makes calculated moves. Sega, they were rushing, trying to get ahead of them. Hopefully, they could grab the market for the 32-bit world, right? or 64-bit world, whatever. I believe the Sega Saturn was 32-bit. I could be wrong about that, but still, they were trying to get ahead of Nintendo. Sega Dreamcast was 128-bit, and they were ahead of Nintendo there. And Dreamcast was actually performing very well, but PlayStation 2 destroyed it, and that's when Sega folded their console business and decided this, all right, we're a software company now, which was the right decision. Well, the Switch 2 will definitely be a great seller. We'll see how its long-term sales do. With the price point of $450 or $500, it might slow it down a little bit. But I doubt it'll slow down too much, though, because that's a good price point these days. It's really a good price point these days.
Though,
yeah,
I think with inflation, though, like $500 of today is not like $500 back then, you know. I think wages will catch up and stuff. So actually, and I think, by the way, when the PlayStation 6 comes out, people are going to look at the Switch 2 price and they're like, you know what? That price actually looks really appealing. And also, one of the biggest reasons I got a Switch 2 is because I was getting locked out of the PC market. It's PC gaming is really nice, but it's very expensive. Very expensive. And me is like, oh, here's this new GPU. $2,000, take it or leave it. Like, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna buy a Switch 2. No, it's not the most powerful thing, but it's gonna last me, I think, at least half a decade. You know? And yeah, and I think just the price right now is not that appealing, but when we see the new prices of newer consoles and how PC gaming has gotten really, really expensive, I think that price is gonna be really appealing.
Oh, I agree with you. $449 is really a good price. I agree with that. I'm just saying that looking at people's finances these days is not the best. It's like a lot of people are struggling these days.
Yeah.
So that's the market they're heading into now. Will the economies, not necessarily the economy, actually the economy's doing great. It's the people who aren't making enough money. The wages aren't keeping up with inflation. That's the biggest issues. And unfortunately, video games are a luxury item, so it's not something you need. And a lot of people are going to skip out on it for a while because I got to Switch 1. I'm going to stick with that for now. And Nintendo knows that, and that's why Bowser said what he said back a few months ago about the value. And the Switch 1 still was going to offer value. That's why they're still going to announce tomorrow's going to have Switch 1 games announcements, guys. It's going to have Switch 1 and Switch 2 announcements tomorrow. It's not just Switch 2. Switch 1 announcements will be happening because they're still selling the Switch 1, and they're still going to push the Switch 1. Look at Switch 1 as if it's the Switch 2 Lite. That's how I'm looking at it right now. Not the official Switch 2 Lite, of course, but it is the Switch 2 Lite currently. That's what they're treating it as. Oh, you can't get the Switch 2? Well, we have another system that's $100 cheaper. That has great games, brand new games still coming out for it. Just like Sony still sells a lot of PlayStation 4s. Okay, PlayStation 4 still sells pretty well. Well, not like, not peak numbers or anything, but it sells pretty well. And they still put games out for it. Well, that's what I really mean. PlayStation
Switch
4
has
games
a huge
sell
user
really
base.
Yeah. And so Switch, just look at Switch 1 as the Switch 2 Lite for now. Again, Switch 2 Lite is not officially a thing, but just they're going to treat it as such. And that's really what it is. Hold a Switch 2 in your hand and then go pick up your Switch 1 and you're going to be like, oh, I know y'all have already done this. I picked the Switch 1 up the other day just to get it charged because I had unplugged it and I was recharging it and everything. I was like, this feels like a toy. It literally feels like a little toy. When I pick up the Switch 2, it feels like a premium console, baby. So it's crazy how big of a difference the feel is. But yes, and Kumong made a great point. The Sega Saturn was $400, $399 in 1994, which is $861 today if it came out today. It sells for the same as the ROG XL Ally Xbox Edition or whatever the crap it is. That's how much a Sega Saturn would sell for today if it was brand new. That's why it didn't sell well at all. And like you said, Kumong, Sony was like, PlayStation's $299. Boom, see you later. Buy the PlayStation. Sony did that on purpose. Sony marked, dude, they sold the original PlayStation. They marked that thing down as they wanted to get market share. They took a big loss on those. They did not care. They was trying to get into the market. They wanted to establish themselves, and they did that for sure. Well, anywho, guys, this has been a great discussion. Udo, thank you for jumping in with me here. I was only expecting you for 30 minutes, and you was here the whole time. So thank you for hanging out, bro.
It was fun, man.
It was amazing. Good talking with you. Tomorrow night we're going to be playing some Mario Kart World.
Nice.
And we'll be discussing the partner showcase. So we'll hopefully have a lot of fun things to talk about. My big prediction is they're going to announce Elden Ring release date, and they're going to announce the Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to Switch 2. That's the two I think is going to happen for sure. Call of Duty makes sense to me too.
Yeah, it should be announced already, like any Call of Duty game.
Kumong, it's okay. I'm just glad you're able to make it back and hang out with us for a little bit here at the end. I appreciate you, Lee. Thank you so much. And yeah, Switch 2 is almost as big as a Steam Deck. It's huge. It's huge, dude. Well, enjoy your show, Kumong. Udo, I hope you have a great day and sleep well, my friend.
Man.
Thanks for staying up late and hanging out. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Stay cool, guys. Peace.